trying to.
Oh
yeah, I believe. So. Yes, I mean, it should be live.
Wow,
Yeah. Mastermind Media. We right back at it. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, peace to the kings,
peace to God,
peace to the queens.
Yeah.
Peace to everybody. Peace, love, and light to everybody.
Peace and love.
It's on Friday. We this is with the 16th, right? Yeah, 16th of October.
16, one of them.
The 16th of October. We got a full moon in Libra. That's very, very effective, very powerful right now. The sun and the moon is in Libra right now. And as well as it being Friday, it is Libra Day, really being that Friday is powered by Venus, and Venus is powered by Libra. So
word up.
Shout out to all the Libras. If you got Libra in your top 3, I mean, we all got a little bit of in us, but you know, if it's in your top 3, definitely this your time to really use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
And all that. We ain't gonna get astrological, but
that's astrology talk.
We just wanted to bring that to light because this is a powerful weekend. On it as well. Well, since we on it, we are also in the beginning of the last Mercury retrograde of 2020, which is a very powerful one because this retrograde is specifically in Scorpio. You dig? So as well, you want to keep that in mind as well. So, like I said, we're not really trying to get too deep into it, but that is something to keep in mind. And the retrograde will be in effect all the way up until November 3rd, which is election day. And that was on purpose, but that's another stream. That's another podcast with another situation, but we'll get into that as well. But it's a reason why as soon as the retrograde was over, it's the election day. But like we said, we're not going to get into that. We're going to stick on the subject today. It's book time. We appreciate everybody that take their time out just to, you know what I mean, for the energy and everything. Like we all scholars and we all just trying to build on our own scholarship. We all trying to build with everything that we read and everything that we will, bring into our bodies as far as the attention. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're reading is just equivalent to whatever you're watching on TV or whatever you listening to and things of that nature. You know, anytime you bringing in the sensories and indulging into that with a lot of energy, you going to reap the benefits from it. So with that being said, right now the TV is us and we represent today's trending topic is the 7
highly effective habits.
Real quick, bro.
7 habits.
7 habits
of highly effective
7 habits of highly effective people.
Yeah.
And it's a very effective book by Stephen Stephen or Stefan Covey. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but peace to the God to him for dropping this classic.
Some gems.
You did, because I mean, honestly, if you don't have this in your repertoire, I mean, first things first, what we do and what we always do is we only read the classics. That's what we stated before. That's what we stated on the first episode. We only going to deal with the classic books. We only going to deal with the books that resonate.
It's going to hit hard.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to hit hard. You know what I'm saying?
Books,
I mean, and honestly, we could have got more into the book, the 12 Universal Laws. We could have got more into that, but we felt we spent a couple about 2-3 weeks on that, so we can switch it up to another book.
Word.
That's a classic in itself, and that's all we're gonna do on a Friday, Freestyle Friday, Book Time Friday, whatever you want to call it. Empowerment Friday, Book Time, whatever. We all just trying to be the best versions of ourselves, and to do that, you want to stay grounded in the most basic principles that'll keep you humble and keep you on point. You know what I mean? Not too high, but not too low.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Grounded, balance.
Everything like right in the middle.
Right.
You want to meet every right in the middle.
Absolutely.
Right in that gray area.
So we want to feed the mind. Feed the mind with positive content. You know what I mean? And keep it going, man. Whatever you can do. To feed your mind, to stay grounded, to stay balanced. You know what I mean? To keep you at a good point, to keep you feeling good. You know, that's why they say knowledge is power. And that's why we read, to keep our thoughts, you know, at a place that yeah, so we can be productive and positive.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So
definitely.
yeah, man.
Ain't nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with being a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, bookworm for
yeah,
real.
be a bookworm, be a nerd, whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah.
stay on top. Stay on top of it.
Yeah.
Stay on top of it.
Keep learning. You know, knowledge is power. The more you learn, you know, the more you can earn.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up.
That's big fact.
Straight up. All right, we can jump into it though. Just off break. Looking at a couple things. Just some terminology they got ahead. They got a proactive model. Just talking about your freedom to choose different things. And yeah, you got your freedom. Here we go. Your self-awareness. Your freedom to choose your imagination, your conscience, and your independent will. You know what I mean? And just real quick, to expand on that, yeah, you got your freedom to choose your imagination. You know, your freedom to wander and to think about what you want to think about. Your freedom to imagine what you want to do. You know, you imagine your life and create your life. So that's it's all a choice. It's all a choice. And
Right.
you know, self-awareness.
Freedom.
Yeah. Absolutely. Self-awareness. You know, your freedom to choose self-awareness, to be aware of everything, your surroundings, everything around you, to be aware of how you feeling, to be aware of what you're thinking. You know what I mean? That's sometimes we have to go back and ponder on what we're thinking and be aware of our thoughts and where our thoughts are.
Right.
So yeah, that's definitely just your ability to choose and be self-aware of your thinking and how you feeling and your moods and everything that just goes hand to hand.
You know, being aware of the thoughts, being aware of your thinking, most definitely.
Straight up.
Most definitely. Being aware of everything, being aware of your imagination, using your imagination, using your consciousness, using your self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely all in a part of the model of being proactive, of being successful, knowing how to decipher between each element, you know what I'm saying? Knowing when to use the imagination, knowing when to use your self-awareness, you know what I'm saying? Knowing when to use your consciousness, knowing when to use the will.
The will.
You know what I'm saying? The independent will.
Independent will. And I want to touch on that, God. Just say independent will, and that's so strong right there. Your freedom to choose, you know, your independent will, and you know, your will is big. You know, the things that you choose to do, that you will to do. You know, sometimes you gotta will yourself to do things. You know, to be active, to be productive.
Right.
You know, so it's a choice to you know, to activate your will. You know, to really use it and to really put it to use. You know, and just, you know, being you know, being what's the word? But just you know, really looking out for, you know, and you know, really using your will to really manage your life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to keep doing the wrong things. You know, you want to work on things that you previously messed up on. You know, we want to keep working on these things and really using your will and, you know, your freedom to choose your will in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know
most definitely. Using that will yourself to win.
Yeah, man.
Will yourself to win. Sometimes your will is all you got. Sometimes, really, that's all you have is your will. You know what I'm saying? You might not have no strength. You might not have no really, like, belief
Word.
You know, at the time. And, you know, sometimes you really got to trick yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really going to have to will yourself to get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when your back is against the wall, you're going to have to will yourself to get it done.
Straight
you know,
up.
so definitely, all you know, for everyone out there, definitely these habits of the successful people, highly successful people they're saying that they use their will more than the average person.
Right.
They're saying that they dig deep into their spirituality and they're using their will. They're getting beyond the muscle. They're getting beyond the skeletons. They're digging deep.
Yeah.
They're using their will to get what they want.
Absolutely.
They're digging deep. So everyone just understand that part. Using the will. It's something that we don't talk about a lot.
Right.
Use the will. It's there for a reason.
Yeah.
and know how to decipher the will from this, from that. You know what I'm saying? Use the will. Continue to use the will every day. Because sometimes that's all we have is that. Sometimes you don't have the money.
Right.
Sometimes you don't have the support.
Right.
Sometimes you don't have sometimes you don't have them physical tangibles.
Yeah.
But you always have your will. The will to win. You will always have your will.
Well, your mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that.
Use that.
You will always have your will. So always have the will to win.
Yeah, man.
Always have the will to win. Do not give in. Do not give up. Always use your will. It's there for a reason.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason. All day, every day.
Never
twice
give up.
on Sundays.
Never give up. Speaking that, man, just using your imagination, using all these things, what you want to do is use these things in a positive manner with your mindset, and also you want to manage your self-talk or how you think about some of these things. You know what I'm saying? So they talk about some reactive language and some proactive language, and this is big for me, you know, because it's really, you know, two things you can really do. You know, you can think positive and think negative. You know what I mean? So some reactive language is there's nothing I can do. And then some proactive language is let's look at our alternatives. You know what I mean? Let's see what we can do. So one side is thinking, you know, there's nothing we can do. You know, we ready to give up. And then, you know, a proactive thinking is, you know, let's look at what we can do. Let's look at the alternatives. You know, what's the next step? What can we do? You know what I mean? So these are some examples of some reactive and proactive. That's just the way I am. Or you can say, I can choose a different approach. You know, we get in an argument, he makes me so mad. Or you can say, I control my own feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how you thinking. You know what I mean? I can or I can't. You know, I can't or I choose. You know. So yeah, man, just self-talk. You know, listening to the language. You know, saying, you know, what you can. You want to just be a proactive, you know, proactive talk. You know, you want to be proactive with your talking, especially with your words. You know, you want to monitor your words. So definitely with your thinking and then with your words, you know, you want them to go hand in hand and saying what you can do instead of what you can't.
It's like, yeah, I ain't
No, yeah.
So it's like that right there was more of like the law of auto-suggestion, like, because you always going to have the you know, the ones on your shoulder that's going to suggest, you know how it is in the cartoons, that, you know, the devil and the God, one on each shoulder, really trying to, you know what I mean, make you split in decisions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what this is saying right here is the proactive and the reactive, you know what I'm saying, is you're gonna have to make the decision between the positive outlook on it and the negative outlook on it.
Right.
But both of them are always going to be there. That's the thing. So being able to choose, being able to choose and being optimistic with the perception of things, you know what I'm saying, that opens up doors. Being optimistic opens up doors.
Yeah. Being
optimistic.
Yeah.
Having an optimistic perception on situations will open up doors.
Instead of a pessimistic, for real. You want to be optimistic. You want to think things are going to come through. You know, imagine things how you want them to be. That things are going to go how you want them to. Instead of saying that you can't do it or something going to go wrong. You know what I mean? Won't you think the best for yourself? You know what I mean? So that's what it's kind of saying.
Think the best, expect the best.
Think the best, expect the best. Sure enough.
So everybody, think the best and expect the best. That's what the highly successful people do.
Right.
They think the best and they expect the best after the thought. You know what I'm saying? Think the best, expect the best. That's what the successful people do. We always want to take a page out of the successful people. I'm not saying take everything from every successful person that you run into or anything like that, but when you run into the regimens of these individuals that's highly successful, you know, the things that do resonate with you, why not, take it and put your own little flavor to it and, things of that nature. So that's all we're doing right here. We're not telling you everything that we read that you should do, but we are giving you reasons why you should do it. But we all just trying to grow as kings and queens. Right. So
I'm trying to learn. We know what other people do. What successful people do, and you mimic these things, and you mimic the stuff that resonates with you. You know what I mean? You follow what the successful people do, and so you can achieve some success for yourself.
No doubt. We're gonna stick on the same subject, whereas though when we was talking about imagination, we're gonna have to use that more. We're gonna have to use that more on a daily basis throughout the day to dictate the future. You know what I'm saying? This imagination, put yourself in that zone of what you see or what the business or whatever endeavor that you in for that time.
Yeah.
Use that imagination.
Yeah, imagination is powerful.
Use that imagination to project the future.
Yeah.
Success. You know what I'm saying? Put the sensories into it as well, so you can feel it, smell it, touch it, really see it, really understand that this imagination is going to be a reality in the future, but it's all about the belief.
Yeah. The
belief of what I can create right now is going to happen tomorrow.
It'll manifest.
It's going to manifest. This is what the successful people do. They don't wait around. They don't let default happen. They dictate every day. Dictate every day. They see it in their mind every day. This is not, we wake up and we just going to let the chips fall. This is not that. This is not letting life happen by default.
That's what it is.
The successful people use that imagination. The successful people use their will.
Definitely. And that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Just really using your imagination. I feel like you can use your imagination even to change your mood, whatever state you're in. Even if you're in a bad mood or something wrong happened or something that you ain't some experience that you didn't like, you can use your imagination to take you out of that place. You know what I mean? That's what you got, and you can use your mind to think about whatever that you want to think about. You know what I mean? So definitely utilizing the imagination, fully, however you can. And back to what you were saying, with successful people, that's what they do. They use their imagination. They visualize and they affirm. You know what I mean? It says right here, with leadership, it's the ongoing process of keeping your vision and values before you and aligning your life to be congruent with those most important things. And that's the thing, the ongoing process, the everyday of saying it, even if it don't go how you wanted to go initially, it's the ongoing process, the ongoing to keep on visualizing, to keep on getting detailed, the steady and consistent visualization, that you want to hold the vision. You want to keep the vision every day. They say hold the vision, keep the vision, and your values, congruent to where you trying to go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So man, I just think that was important.
That's big.
For just visualizing, and like we were saying earlier, just your words you just use is powerful, and they saying you can use affirmations to help the visualizations, to even enhance the what you see. You can use your words to enhance it. I really like this. It say that a good affirmation has 5 basic ingredients. It says it's personal, it's positive, it's present tense, it's visual, and it's emotional. So your affirmation, when you saying these things, when you saying them out your mouth, it really should be about it's really personal, something that you really care about, or that's something that you really that gets to you, something positive. You know what I mean? Something that you see, and something that you're emotional about, something that you're really attached to. So, so these are the feelings that you should have when you putting out these affirmations. You know what I mean? It's only going to help you and enhance your visualizations. So, yeah, man. That's what yeah, man. Visualization and affirmations definitely really important. You know, that's what the highly successful people do on a daily basis. You know, not just once and forget about it. They do this on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, affirming. You know what I'm saying? Being assertive on what the situation is at hand. Being assertive, affirmations, affirm, to assert. So I mean, you can say something 100 times, and by the 20th time you say it, you're gonna really start believing it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, regardless if it's maybe something realistic or unrealistic, but if you continue to assert it and continue to affirm it, the mind is going to develop the belief. You're going to develop the belief, and it's going to continue to grow. And that's how you're going to move.
Right.
So
that's how things going to change.
You want to affirm yourself to death. Like you want to, well, not to death. I don't want to use that terminology, but you want to affirm yourself. You want to affirm yourself a lot, enough to where as though it's switching something inside, and it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be one day. You're going to be very motivated off of affirmations, and you're going to, something's going to manifest that day. I'm not saying it's not, but that's not highly likely. But the highly likeliness of something changing is you affirming and having these affirmations at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable for you. And that, whatever that pace is going to be enough time, the length to trick yourself and to believe that whatever you affirming, that this is really what's going on.
Yeah.
This is really it.
Yeah.
This is really it. It doesn't take long for something to really take over. Especially if it's repeated, on a daily basis. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So everyone, just for these affirmations that we got, understand that these affirmations, you're putting energy into it, you're putting emotion, you're putting logic, you're putting strategy into everything you're saying, so be very wise with the words that we project out there, and be wise with the emotions that we're in when we're, doing the affirmations. I mean, you could be in a bad mood and affirmations put you where you need to be.
Right.
You could already be in a positive mood and the affirmations keep you in that positive mood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but you just want to keep them affirmations, so it's always keeping you on keeping you with the positive mindset and attitude, because really that's what it's all about. That's the feeling that you feel when you saying it. Because the world is only going to bring to you what you giving out. And if I'm saying I'm the best with not no emotion or anything, but if I'm really feeling it, I'm saying I'm the best. I'm telling myself that all day.
Right.
That's going to be more effective than if I'm just going through the motion and just saying it without fully
the feeling
putting all the variables that need to be with the affirmation out there for it to be effective. It has to be effective. It has to have a lot of energy into it. You know what I'm saying? So every affirmation, assert yourself for you to be the best version of yourself. Whatever the affirmation is. Yeah. There's no right or wrong.
Right.
There's no right or wrong with this.
It's not.
It's all about
how you say it.
Building yourself up.
Yeah.
Building yourself up.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong affirmation.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no right or wrong.
It's this example of the affirmation. This is for some of y'all who got kids. Just of how the tone is, and how it's present tense, and it's personal. All right, this is the affirmation. It says, it is deeply satisfying that I respond with wisdom, love, firmness, and self-control when my children misbehave. You know what I'm saying? So
That's deep.
just yeah, how you
That's for all the parents out there.
yeah, exactly for everybody who got kids and everything. You know, you might be getting on your nerves or something, or you know, just being kids, you know, or misbehaving or something. It's you know you can affirm to yourself that you have self control and that you will respond. You know, with wisdom and love. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, man, just what you affirm to yourself. You can put these affirmations to yourself, so you'll be in a better space to respond to people. You know what I mean, or
Right.
or situations.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so, yeah, it's affirmations. Put you in a better place. You know, to keep your mind focused.
Successful people do that. The
Right.
successful people
Keep
keep
their
their
mind
mind
calm.
focused.
Yeah, focus. Yeah.
Successful people do that.
Yeah.
And also, successful people, we build assets and don't rely on liabilities. Successful people build assets.
Yeah. Bill.
We build assets. Successful people build assets. What do you mean by building assets? I mean by building something that continues to do its job. That's an asset.
Absolutely.
So what successful people do is look for assets. We're looking for some type of asset. We are looking for some type of investment. We're looking for some type of land. We're looking for some type of business.
Right.
We're looking for some type of opportunity.
Yeah.
We need assets.
To enhance
Successful
yourself.
people stick with the assets. They don't fuck around with the liability. The average people deal with the liabilities. The successful ones only focus on the assets of the game. That's it. And it's not always physical. You can have an emotional asset. You can have an emotional asset. It doesn't always have to be physical.
Yeah.
You know, but what the successful people do is they put their energy into some type of investment where they know they're going to get a return on investment. Where they know it's going to spread.
Absolutely. And they build on it. And keep it going. And build more, you know. And build on that capital and reinvest. And that's the name of the game.
Assets. We're dealing with assets. Only assets is what the successful people deal with.
Right.
So if you gotta write down your assets and your liabilities, then do what you gotta do. That's what I do. That's what we do. That's what the successful people do. Sometimes you gotta throw away the ego and understand what is an asset and what is a liability.
Yeah. What's gonna help you and what's gonna hinder you? What's helping you the most? What you need to focus on now? You know, what's helping you right now to get where you need to go in your life? What's an asset to you? You know.
What brings in cash? What brings in financial value? What brings in spiritual value?
Yeah.
What brings in health value? What brings in some type of positivity so it can continue to multiply outward? You know, that's an asset. And like I said, everything doesn't have to be tied into money, but as long as whatever we're tying into is going to multiply and spread, that's the name of the game. That's what an asset is. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to continue to do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, hey, look, if you like Picasso's and things of that nature, that's an asset. That's an asset.
Yeah.
You can go back to, I don't know, any type of art convention, anything like that, and you can get something from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and it's going to be worth more now
absolutely.
Than what it was when it first came out. And that's an asset. Yeah. That's an asset.
You can build on that.
Sometimes the car is the liability.
Right.
Sometimes the things that we love and we love is the liability. Sometimes the clothes is the liabilities.
That we want. That depreciating value that really don't even we don't need, we don't necessarily need, but we want.
Assets. So when we all the kings and queens that go through this, understand, ask yourself, how many assets do I have right now? How many assets do I have? This is not a, we trying to point the finger at anybody, but we all just trying to grow as kings and queens. So we gotta evaluate ourselves.
Yeah,
you have to evaluate yourself. What are your assets?
And this is such people do.
What is your return on investment?
Yeah, man. Find out what, if something is worth something, and get that. Get things that it don't have to be money, but it's worth something. Find things that has value. Get things that has value, and buy those things.
Definitely.
That can be worth just as good as money.
Definitely. So another thing successful people do is just communicate. They communicate, and they check on the communication. Some of us got about 3 or 4 different email accounts, and we don't even check none of them, like, regularly.
Right.
And that's communication. The successful people use that communication, all ways of communication, all demands of communication. One of the first things the successful people do in the morning is check their emails.
And they get up early too. Successful people get up early, just to get started early, just to get a head start on things. I was, this kind of off topic, but I was just seeing. I read a little post that said, successful people wake up earlier, just so they can have some quiet time, before, everything, starts, and also just if you start earlier, you can have a better chance of getting things done.
Right.
Or the earlier the better.
Right.
So just starting a little earlier, that's a big effect. But communication also though, that's definitely big. How you talk to whoever's in your realm, in your circle, whoever you gotta communicate with. It's all about how you talking to them, what you're saying to them. You know what I mean? So man, communication is big, and the successful people have, like you say, good lines of communication with a lot of people. A network. Communicate with a lot of people. Get around, get to talking to people who are like-minded, and who are doing the same thing. So you definitely want to get out there and communicate, and as much as you can, and you want to kind of set, build rapport with different people, build different, emotional relationships with people. They said you can do things with people that, physically, like take a walk with them, get some lunch with them or something like that, just to build on relationships and communication.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely just taking a walk and stuff. Sports or something. A hobby or something that they like. Definitely different ways to build on a relationship and communicate with different parties.
So like my partner just said, you want to use communication to your best advantage if you want to be successful out here. I know I can speak for myself where sometimes in this life you kind of just want to be under the radar, and your communication can be kind of lackadaisical. But when you're a boss, when you're striving to be a boss, you have to build boss relationships.
Yeah.
And to build boss relationships, sometimes you got to step outside the zone, step outside the box, and just walk up to that person and let them know, look, I'm the boss of this situation. I just want to give you my business card. Or it could be another situation where you're going into a business and you leave and you dropping off your business card. But at the end of the day, communication, uncomfortable communication, is what successful people do.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable communication.
Right.
If you keep uncomfortable communication in your repertoire, I guarantee you that alone is going to open up doors.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable communication.
Uncomfortable.
That's what the successful people do.
That's
they
big.
Get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They communicate.
Just get out the comfort zone. Yeah, that's big right there. Yeah. Getting out your comfort zone, communicating. I think another thing is kind of like admitting when you're wrong in situations. A lot of people don't really like to swallow their pride or admit if they did something wrong or you want to be able to give that relationship, that respect, and have sincere words, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship. And sometimes you gotta say, I was wrong, or that was unkind to me, you know what I mean, or I ain't show you enough respect, you know what I mean. So that's big in communication, and sometimes we don't like to go back and communicate these things, but I think that's big and just in communication.
Right.
You wanna be able to talk about these things, and
right.
Yeah, man.
Right. So what my partner is saying, basically, like in communication, you're gonna have to swallow the ego. You're gonna have to swallow the pride in order to communicate what you really need to communicate.
Right.
Because you keep things inside where the pride is keeping it inside, and you want to say something, but you don't say it because it's the pride. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and this happens to everybody. This is just not no one person thing. This is with everybody. There's no one is exempt from that. This is all human character traits that we spitting on right now. This is all factual. Yeah. Big facts. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
and that goes hand in hand. Oh, my bad, God,
No. So just saying, like, we got this right here, and if you got to communicate something, regardless of the ego restricting you of getting it out, the successful people get that shit out.
Right. Exactly.
And if you want to be successful, get it out.
Yeah, and that goes hand in hand.
Get it out. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy, but get it out.
Yeah. Getting out the comfort zone. You know what I mean? Communicating. Just communicating. However you need to. So yeah, man.
Word up.
Communication is key.
Yeah. So we're gonna close it out. We're gonna close it out this evening. For real.
Yeah. Friday evening.
Pretty straight to the point.
Good mastermind. Good knowledge. Just to keep some things in mind of what successful people do. These are habits. That the successful people do, and these are some things that we want to mimic. And, do the same thing. Right here, say, think win-win. You should always think win-win. Win-win.
Think win-win.
Well, that's what successful people think. They think they can win.
Think win-win. Never put doubt in the mind. Never put doubt in your mind. Doubt is an illness. It's a disease in itself. Self-doubt is an illness and a disease in itself. Yeah. Don't let that come in. Don't let that come into the mind. Don't let it come into the body. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Just ease.
Win-win. Win-win. That's all we focus on. Win-win. Win-win. So, I hope everybody out there that get a chance to check this one out. If you ain't catch it live, it should be on YouTube and everything. We appreciate
y'all joining us.
Y'all. We all just trying to be the best that we can be.
Absolutely.
And just going to share the information that we run into that we know that's beneficial.
It's highly effective, man.
Like we said, we reading from the seven habits of highly effective people, and it was by Stefan R. Covey, and we want to say peace to him because he dropped a classic with this book right here that's definitely beneficial to the reader. So until next week, peace, love, and light.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
To the family.
Peace to the gods and goddesses.
Peace to the God.
See you next time.